The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Let's close out the weekend with what should be a good one on Monday Night Primetime between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. Trophy and a date at the Super Bowl await one of these teams as we begin the NFC Championship game. There's Kyron Williams on the return. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Go 3. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
First time, it's a give to the rookie from Ohio State. There's the intensity we expect in the playoffs. The defense going big play hunting, and they get him behind the line. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock him backwards.
19. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Cowboy 80.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Secured by George Pickett. They'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. They got 21 yards on the play, and that's good for a Washington first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
It's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Can't cover it much better than that really well covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
Panther 60, Panther 60. 60 vices, 60 vices. 18, 5. Rig alert, rig alert.
On the gun, it's Daniels. Hits him on the outlet. He's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Tag! Viking 18! Viking 18!
Again, Daniels to the air. Escapes the pocket. Throws this one deep down the right side. He's got it! Looks like the feeder in bounds too! I don't believe it! They get 35 out of that play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
79! Let's go! Let's go!
Quickly up the line, Daniels. And that is a Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. No matter what, they are trying to take him out of this game from the start. And a touchdown on the opening drive, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, this is one of those situations, Kate, where you and I up here in this booth, we can hear it and we can feel it. This crowd senses an opportunity to dig those opponents an early hole that before long might become the grave their season rests in if they don't respond.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's Robinson with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Carolina about ready to go now. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Bronco leading. Ready, ready.
They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. Good running here on 1st down as he works his way forward for about 8.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down.
Let's go now. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Ready.
Here's Richardson. They push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Falcon 1st down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this 1st quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
19. Come on, come on. 6. Let's go.
1st and 10. Run to Robinson. Still has some space inside the 35. Makes a cut. And he's in. It's an 11 touchdown. The Falcons finish off their opening drive. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. We know all these players are aware of what's at stake here, Brock, and that is the score they needed to get them moving in this conference final.
We know it's not how you start, it's how you finish, especially with stakes this high. Jeez, you couldn't start any better.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here comes Williams on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Ready, ready.
It's an option right that begins this drive. There's the intensity we expect in the playoffs. The defense going big play hunting, and they get him behind the line.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the Booth Cave, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit again.
Here we go.
You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Warriors 70. Panther 11. Panther ready.
Out of the gun, Daniels. This is a heater going deep. Big game downfield. He's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play as well as a new set of downs. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage too until some resistance has got to finally appear.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45,
Dragon
Brock,
six.
with a new set of downs to boot. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Quarterback of his renounce, Kate, I'm not surprised at all to see him throw it into double coverage early. And that incompletion, well, it's just going to fuel his confidence that much more to keep forcing it.
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Looking now from the gun. Here's Pickens with a catch outright. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
Falcons going nickel. 3rd down.
Go.
In the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that one go backwards.
Cowboy 80.
I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks instead. And the defense is energized with that stop.
And that play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on down.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
On the ready.
Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. They get an even 10 on that play. And that is good enough for an Atlanta 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. When you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Okay, ready.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Here we go.
Defense showing blitz. Richardson. Knocked away. That's going to be incomplete. Defender there, and that brings up 2nd down.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
Let's go now. Ready.
Back to the air. It's Richardson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Just loose, incomplete.
I like that right there, Kate. Early in this game, show your cards. Double this guy. They know his ability, his reputation. Make somebody else beat you.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Come on, come on. Hit. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Let go.
Throw here, 3rd down. Gets this one on. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On the jump.
New set of downs for him from the 31.
Buffalo 18. Here we go. Here we go. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Once more now. It's Richardson. On the move. Hit it right. There's pressure, and he's going to be drilled. Well done by the Commanders' defense. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Pretty even match in this 1st half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Let's go. Ready.
On 2nd down, Robinson. Having gained a handful there. Making a stop that time, Nick Cross.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
7th play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6.
Ready.
To the air on 3rd and long. And they can't get in on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it. But it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. The Falcons calling the field goal team's number this time. Ball on the right hash. The distance 43 yards.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lot. So they'll happily take this and finish out the drive with points.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
60.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Five still to go here. This is 2nd down.
Stephanie!
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get out near the 38-yard line before going down. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's good for a Washington 1st down. We're 1 quarter into deciding who's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Scoreboard shows 10-7. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They've got a 1st to begin the frame.
Deputy Lions!
Daniels now. He's going deep this time. It's grabbed inside the 30. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a 2nd quarter lead.
I know you got to make sure looks defensively. You just can't play on his own coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary. He just made him pay.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Well, it was in close, but the point after does go through. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Get it.
Looking from the gun, it's Richardson. He's going to wash this deep down the left sideline. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. Nick Cross has it. And the Commanders get the football on the 1st turnover of the contest.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball.
Ready,
Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. Look for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready,
Here's Daniels. Completed here to Pickens. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Come on, come on.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock. But down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this is a physical game, all 100 yards into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Well, no look on his first look of the game, so it's going to be 4th and short.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable in an incomplete.
So the field goal team stays sidelined. They're going to go for this.
Let's go now.
Daniels is going to throw again. He's down to his running back. He is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders parlay the interception into points. Fairbairn now for the PAT. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's Thomas on the return. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
Ready up.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10.
19 tight. 19. Let's go. Ready.
Back to work after throwing the pick. He's going to try another deep one here. They connect on the deep shot. All the way. That's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons making a one-score game in the first half. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Falcons cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Tag. Cougar 19. Panther 60. Panther 60.
They're going to throw out of the gun. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
On 2nd and 10 now. Daniels has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Complete. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down. We've set it down from the 37. To the air again. Daniels. Going all the way to the end zone here. He scores. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders now lead by 10.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and get him ready.
His kick is good for the moment at least as we got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they'll define this and take the result. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Start. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready, ready.
A toss now to Robinson. One gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Ready. Let go.
Okay, left side. Here's Robinson. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
Come on. Dragon 6. Cowboy 80.
Air it out on 3rd. Just got it away before the hit button. It doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
You can't dig him out from deep on their own side. He's stopped inside the 10. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Get it. Ready.
Option design here. He's going to be brought down right at the 35. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
Hey,
Looking quickly here.
go!
Going to the ground again on 1st. Play good for, looks like about 6. 2nd down upcoming.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we're on the road to the Super Bowl. Coming up, let's close out another great week of football with a Sunday night primetime matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. A date on Super Bowl Sunday awaits one of these teams as we begin the NFC Championship game. Here's Kyron Williams on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Steady.
Going back to the backfield, and they give it to him. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Tackled there by James Pierce.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Track. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Huh.
This one's to Rice out on the right side. Big gain, hits him across the 40. And he's finally brought down at the 45-yard line. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
On the double.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45.
Ready, ready.
Here's the one back on the handoff. Down the sideline inside the 40. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down. We've set it downs from the 37.
Let's go.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And it's almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Wrapped up on that play by big Quinnen Williams.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's
Let's
2nd and 9.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Go.
From the gun, it's Daniels. He puts juice on a deep throw down the middle. This is out of the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. George Pickens the touchdown. Going after it, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready, ready.
Richardson throwing to start out. Short pass caught by his tight end. Finally caught, and he lost the football. But it bounces out of bounds, so they'll retain possession.
Sometimes, let's face it, it's just better to be lucky than good. Your mind as a runner always goes to worst-case scenario when you feel that ball get knocked loose. That time the sideline saved him and his team.
Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10.
Ready?
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. That's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down. And that's going to be something to watch as this game goes on, Brock. We know they like to take their shots throughout.
Yeah, and we know this league today, Kate, loves to play that umbrella coverage, right? Try to keep everything in front of them.
Yep.
The only way you're going to get behind them is to take shots like that one.
On the 40, here comes second and 10.
19 tight, 19 tight.
On the shotgun, it's Richardson. Caught by the tight end, running up corner. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Here we go, set. 70 Timberwolves.
Richardson to throw again. Flush out now to his left. Now here he goes. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Ready?
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Throwing now out of the shotgun. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Kid, all the data lately has taught us really clearly, sacks, negative yardage plays, they not only just destroy that play, they destroy drives. Well done, defense.
It's a nickel look from the Commanders. Third down.
Here we go, here we go. Cap 60, cap 60.
They'll throw. Third and long. Buys time, rolling right. Gonna call him safe.
That is such a good play defensively. A play you can take a whole bunch of pride in, not only stopping the passing game, but the effort to get to the quarterback, where he could scramble for the first.
The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. All right, they're going for this. I like this being aggressive from the get-go on their opening drive.
60 Vikings, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Go.
Now Richardson on 4th down. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
Let's go now. Bronco 80, 60 Eagles, 60. Ready.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Gets his tight end on the corner route. It's a race down the right side. And this gets close to the red zone. He is inside the 25.
You know, Kurt, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
60 Vikings.
Daniels now on first down. Hits him on the outlet. He's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that's good for a Washington first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Coming to the line for another first and 10.
Go. Viking 18. Let go.
In the red zone now. Chased out to his right. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
On the set. Set.
2nd and 3 now.
Come on, come on.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Forced back to his right. That one's intercepted. James Pierce picks it off. The 40. Into the red zone. And he brings it back with a pick 6 in the Atlanta touchdown.
Gosh, I love that play on so many levels, Kate. Making the interception, already a terrific effort by everybody involved. But to put the cherry on top, to take it all the way back to the house, it required extra effort from everybody, and they get the job done.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons tie this game 7-7. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Here comes Williams on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Hawk 70. Hawk.
Option give here. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Escapes the pocket. Kicks way over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of you guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
Go.
Daniels on 1st down. On the move, headed right. He's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better and make it another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Short pass, Bryant. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Third and a lone yard coming up.
Let's go now. Panther 60. Panther 60. 19 Tiger. 19. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Rig alert. Rig alert. Ready.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's incomplete, and that's him bringing 4th down.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get, it's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Just about a yard to the markers, and they're going to take the risk and go for this.
Tag. Bronco 80. Ready, ready.
Daniels is going to throw again. He finds it beyond the marker. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Got it. Ready?
So first down from the 41.
Warriors. Here we go. Set. Check go.
To throw again, it's Daniels. He offs it deep right side. Taking a deep shot here on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
This is our last play of the quarter.
7 Pirates. Hey.
Again, Daniels to the air. This is caught downfield by Rice. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders break the tie here in the first.
The receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket. But sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Commanders take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. We're one quarter into deciding who's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. It's a 14-7 game. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
Ready up.
Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll get to work here, first and 10.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
First down throw here from Richardson. And downfield, and he finds London. He's going to get this to the opposing 41. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory.
Come on. Ready?
Richardson now on first and 10. He had it for a moment, but a quick defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled. The catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up. It cost him that catch.
From the gun, it's Robinson. They call it 1, maybe 2 yards to the end, Brock. It's third down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Ready? 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Go.
Richardson on third. It's back. It's Robinson. And they bring him down around the 34.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
On the jump.
So rather than try a tough 51-yarder, they're going for it on fourth down.
Let's go now. Cougar Knight. Let's go. Lions. Panther 11. Panther 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Mustang 19.
Play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Everyone was set, and at the line, the quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. The Falcons calling the field goal team's number this time. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all of his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Starting from the 5. Good work so far. He's got room. He's out of bounds. Get this right where the kickoff came from, at the opposing 35-yard line.
We get to playoff football, Kate, and every team's going to excel in 3 phases. You've got to offense, defense, special teams. What an excellent return, and the type of effort they expect from themselves in postseason football.
Cougar 19.
Going on first down. Daniels. He finds Pickens left side. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. A pickup of 17. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Ready, check, smash, check, smash. Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready.
Here's a handoff. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Got it. Ready?
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Banjo.
Set. Nice.
Rolling back, it's the handoff. And he's going to be bonded up just a few yards into that 2nd down run.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
19, Cowboy 80.
3rd and short, Daniels. Buys time, rolling right. Plays beyond the marker. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Here we go. Strike. 70 Lions. Let go.
They'll try and punch it in. He runs it across. Touchdown. The Commanders now lead by 10. So, Rob, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders drive their lead to 11. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's Robinson with the return. A decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
60 Maverick. 60. Here we go. 18 Cardinal. Warriors 70. 19 tight. Nice.
On the shotgun, it's Richardson. Gets him downfield. This is Thomas. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory.
Let's go.
They send a man in motion.
Hey, smash. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. More coming up from Northwest Stadium. Stick around.
On the ready.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Slot man motioned over.
Top low 80. Top low 18. Dragon 60. Check smash. Check smash. Rig. Rig. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Ready, right?
On 1st down, it's Richardson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on it, throw quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, it's an extra bonus.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Mustang 19. Ready.
Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Completed over the middle. And they make the stop, I'm going to say at about the 37-yard line. Manages a gain of 3 there. And that's a Falcon 1st down.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the 1st down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
Richardson to throw again. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's 2nd down.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10 because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
On the jump.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Get it.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Throwing to the back of the end zone. Too far, to the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown. And you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
And they'll be backed up to begin this drive. Great work by the punt team, down in it at the 7. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line.
Ready.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Chased out to his right. He's also right, on the right side. They take him down as he goes out. Now let's check on this penalty. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback. Back up right, but cross the line there. That earns the holding penalty.
Come on. Set. 6, 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Go.
On the gun, it's Daniels. Gets his title on the corner route. And this play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before half.
Kate, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more. From the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it, and I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
All set to go now from the 35.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 6 Viking, 18. Ready, right?
On first down, here's Daniels. Up by his back. And he's going to be hit center for about a gain of 1, maybe 2 yards there.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a pocket. Go get a completion. You're at a premium in this league. Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
Got it. Ready?
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down.
Here we go. Go street. Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready?
He'll throw it. Good strike downfield to Lane. He's got the first down grab and still going. And this play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. Up and good from Fairbairn. And just before halftime, Brock, they're able to add 3 to their advantage. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. The Hallis Trophy awaits one of these teams, partner. Just a half to go as we're off in the third quarter. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10.
Cowboy in. Back.
Drive start to the quick throw left complete. And he is stumped with authority there, but that stump came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down. They gain 11 on that play, and that is good enough for Atlanta first down.
Ready, set. Down. 60 Mavericks. 60 Mavericks. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
Let's go. 70s Timberwolves. 70s Timberwolves. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 19 type.
Back to the air. It's Richardson. Looking right, and he finds him. And they make the tackle at the 38. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys they can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38.
Hey, let's go.
First and 10 around Robinson. His charge towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
And not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Buffalo 18. Ready. Ready, right?
Here's Richardson. Forced that to his right. Richardson brings things to a halt with enough for that first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
All set now. First and 10.
Ready. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
To throw, Richardson. This one falls incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan. And they did an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
19 Lions. Ready.
Richardson now on 2nd and 10. Defender runs wide as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. 18 Bronco 80. 79 Broncos. Ready.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Falcon first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Ready.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10.
Get it. 60. Check. Bobcat. Check. Bobcat. Let go.
They'll throw again. Richardson. Brought in. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons cutting to the lead coming out of halftime. Now the PAT try coming up. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Falcons chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he'll take a knee in the end zone for a touchback. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. First and 10.
Go.
Starts with an option, right side. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Send a pretty clear message to the QB right there on that one. No one fooled for a second as they create the tackle for loss.
With the wrong way on first down, Brock. Here comes 2nd and 12.
Check. Bronco 80.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
This one out to his running back, complete. He's going to go down right along midfield strike.
Cougar 19, 18, 5 in. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready,
Out of the gun, Daniels. Brought in inside the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a 13-point lead. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olson would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end, and all the receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out. First and 10.
Come on. Hey, ready.
Rolling from the pistol, Richardson. Couldn't find a completion on first down. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now it's second down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Ready.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's second and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Escapes out to the left. He's going to keep it this time. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
As quarterback, Kate, you got to hope that those crumbs don't just lead to the cookie in the passing game. A short scramble like that may open up a bigger one down the road.
Third and just 2 to go.
Mustang 19. Jeanette. Cougar 19. Go.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
Okay,
All right, looks like this is the moment. They're going to make their comeback push. They're going for it on 4th.
Dragon 60. Viking 18. Warriors 70.
Trying to throw for it with Richardson. And this is rejected. The defender knocks the throw away and forces a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Viking 18. Let's go.
Goes out of the pocket quick. No one open on that play, so he's going to chip this to another county.
That may not look like much, and on tomorrow's grade sheet, it'll just be an S for satisfactory, but that's a good decision. Know where to go with the ball, and don't put it in harm's way.
Ready?
No luck on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Panther 60, Panther 60.
Daniels. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
come to life. That's when you throw that ball right through that car wash and you throw it with such velo, it doesn't get wet. It's do with that kind of accuracy down the field. This dude's elite.
Makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Commanders stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the upright. And the Commanders stretch their lead to 21. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10.
19 seconds.
Looking from the gun, it's Richardson. On a quick hitter. And this one works beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
This back, it's Robinson. He has this down to 34. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that is good enough for Atlanta, 1st down.
Maverick, let's go now. 18 Cardinals, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates, Buffalo 8, Panther 11, Panther 11. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bob, go.
Richardson. Has it at the 7. This is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Breaking the huddle, here's 1st and goal.
Come on, come on. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Now put one of the tight ends in motion. In the red zone on 1st. And he's got it! Snagged away upward for touchdown! The Falcons shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons get it back to a 14-point game. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Here comes Williams on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go.
In the shotgun, he gets to him inside. And he works his way for a gain of 4. Just a quarter left before one of these teams punches its ticket to the Super Bowl. It's the Commanders with it. 1 quarter from continuing their postseason run. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
19. Let's go.
On the gun, it's Daniels. Shotgun's brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Let's
pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Get it!
Here on first down. He's going to take this down to the opposing 44. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
Panther 6, Cowboy 80.
Daniels on first down. Catch made in the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. First is man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, put back his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Washington first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Ready! Ready!
Rolling back to the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders making a 3-score game in the fourth. Bear connects on the extra point. And the Commanders stretch their lead to 21. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out. First and 10.
19 sight.
Throwing now, Richardson. Hits him on the out route. And they're able to drive him out as he reaches the 45. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45.
70 Lions.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Dumps it off to Robinson. And he's taken down, but he's got it to the 29.
On the ball.
Also to hurry up here.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Warrior 70. Check, 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 check. Lions.
Richardson now on first and 10. Connects on the crosser. And it'll be first and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
Mustang 19. Let's go. 7.
Here's Robinson. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Falcons get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Rashawn Robinson touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Falcons get it back to a 14-point game. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Here comes Williams on the return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
Got it. Ready?
All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes first and 10.
Riggs. 18. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Sending him on the dive. He gets absolutely popped to end that one. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Landover. Commanders nearing a win here with a 14-point lead. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Go! Ready.
Nothing doing on the return, but the damage already done, partner. They take it away on the fumble. Well, he was fighting off defenders, trying for the extra yards. You understand it, but might have been what cost him and opened the door for that fumble.
Okay, you and I both know this game has changed so much in our lifetimes. It's evolved in so many different ways. I promise you, you go back to the 60s, the 70s, and many of these fumbles occur just like that. You break one tackle, you let up just a little bit, and the next guy comes home and delivers the devastating blow. That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
7 Pirates, 70 Timberwolves, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. 60 Mavericks, 60 Mavericks. Steady, right?
Richardson now. And this one does not go far.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had here, no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Viking 18.
Throwing now. And that's a win for the pass rush. Shit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch college games to the NFL game that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion.
Down in the 4th, offense staying out there for this.
Come on, come on. Hit. Cougar 19.
Putting the tight end in motion.
Go.
Desperation time here on 4th. This is tough for a score. We are not done here yet. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all, at this point, expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here comes Williams on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Out of the gun, give it to him inside. He's going to be brought down right at the 35. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
1st down now. And they catch him, but not until he's picked up 8 yards. It's 2nd down. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1.
Back.
Back in the backfield, and they give it to him. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
3rd and just 2 to go.
Let's go. Bronco 80. Panther 60. Panther 60.
He'll look to throw it. Lasers this one deep down the middle. And he really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4.
Ready.
He'll throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. He's making a bid for it. And Daniels with a smart business decision, sliding down after getting that first.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
To score this as a win for the Commanders. They are your NFC champions, Brock. What a mix of emotions out there right now, right? Happiness to have made it, and also remembering this isn't the ultimate prize. There's a far more important game still to come.
Yeah, and I think maybe they think about that tomorrow.